Adam Christ from MyMMANews.com, being joined once again by James LyonHeart Lyons. He is getting ready to take his second fight as a pro in the cage at CFFC 97, going down May 29th at the 2300 Arena. He'll be taking on Beau Samaniego. James, my man, how are you?
Good.
Always a pleasure, man. I love getting to do these interviews with you. I appreciate you taking the time again. How's it going, man? How's fight camp?
Good, going good. Back to training, right away. Took a couple days off, went to Florida, and right back at it.
So your pro win, your pro debut, absolutely impressive. Most people, when they look at you and they look at your fights as an amateur and they look at you on paper, they see the submission wins, they see the grappling just prowess that you have, and you denounced everything of your grappling, gave everything up to TKO Cody's opponent in your first fight. You had submissions that you could have taken, but you stayed steadfast on the TKO. What was it about that dude that you wanted the TKO stoppage? You stuck to your guns with that, and how did it feel? Felt
good. Well, the whole fight, the guy missed weight by 7.5 pounds. He was almost 153, so I was a little upset about that, and it was just a time for me to go out and display my striking. I could sit here and talk all day about how much better I've gotten, but I had to go out and prove it, and it was a good stage to do it.
Oh, you did absolutely wonderful in a pro debut. You couldn't have done any better to put yourself on the map as far as pro level status. But so with Cody's opponent, when the bout was stopped, there was some choice words. You couldn't really pick it up unless you paid attention, but obviously you were upset. He missed weight. That's on him. Why were you upset?
Just because of the weight miss and no apology. And, I'm a professional, so when you disrespect me, I'm going to, say something back to you.
Makes sense. So now that you're at Marquez MMA and Daniel Gracie fight team full-time back there, this is your second fight camp with them. How's it going, man? Like, what's going on there? Obviously, you've come leaps and bounds. Your pro debut proved that. What can we expect in this fight, man?
Kind of the same thing, right back at it. Similar in some ways, both opponents. So just building on that, but it's great there. I'm making the gains. I have the partners. I have the coaches. So I really want to showcase some more striking and some more of my game this fight.
And given your upcoming opponent, Beau, seemingly a striker on paper, he's gone on his post-fight interviews talking about knocking people out. He wants to continue his knockouts, everything of the sorts. What do you think about Beau as an opponent?
He's good. He's undefeated. Undefeated amateur career, 1-0 pro. So he's going to come out, very confident, as will I. And I think it's a good matchup for me. I think, if he wants to try to grapple, I think that's very bad and for him. And I think he's going to get a little desperate on the feet, and I'll be able to pick my shots and put him away.
I'm almost remiss to ask, are you going to actually pursue the grappling in this fight? Because your stand-up looked so good in the last fight. I can totally see this being a stand-up brawl. You doing well, because when you look at Beau as far as on film, he's very brawling. You seeming more technical. So I can see this going in your favor either way, but what do you think about the matchup overall?
I think it's a good matchup for me. If he wants to grapple, we can grapple. If he wants to stand, we'll stand. I'll win the fight wherever it goes.
Not worried about it one bit.
Not worried about where the fight goes.
So once you got back into fight camp, obviously, like we said, Marquez MMA and Daniel Gracie fight team, your sponsors, they really show out for you. The crowd shows out for you. You've gotten quite a bit of a fan base behind you in only 1-0 as a pro. What is it about your fighting style, the sponsors that show their love for you? What is it about you, James LyonHeart Lyons, that it just makes the fans want to tune in?
I come, I fight, I finish fights, and I'm exciting, and I'm consistent.
Not much for words, but when you get in the cage, everything is said and done. Are you more? Do you fancy yourself more as, I want to get my job done, I don't want to talk about it, I want to get in there and show you? Is that seemingly what you've come to present yourself as?
Yeah, actions speak louder than words. I can say all these things, but I still have to go out and prove it, and that's what I'll do May 29th.
So on paper, again, like I said, another striker, you're going to welcome his striking. If he takes you to the ground, do you think that would be an absolute mistake on his part? Because again, like I said, he's striking. Your ground is absolutely phenomenal. Do you really think the only chance he might have is standing?
Yeah, I think he is, he's a good wrestling foundation. I think, there's certain positions he can win, just like, everyone's beatable, but I feel like I have, the skills on the ground to submit anyone. And if he's willing to take it there, come on, let's go.
I want to talk about, real quick before I let you go, your passion for the sport. Once you made this change to your new fight team, it almost became like your new full-time job. You're there all the time. Whenever we talk, just as buddies, as friends, and texting, you're either on your way back from practice, you're going to practice, you're always in the gym. So can you tell me, what is a normal day of training for a full-time fighter like yourself? What does it entail?
Just get a couple workouts in practices. I drive up to Philly, so it's about a good hour drive or less. There's a few of us in Delaware that make the commute, and train a few times a day, and just do all the other things, eat clean, stretch, rest, and recovery, and do all the things that I need to stay as close to 100% as possible.
So if I had to be bold, ask you for a prediction, what do you think?
I think I'm going to stop him with strikes.
Stop him with strikes. You're going for the TKO again?
Yeah, I'm going for it again.
Wow, okay. So do you want to talk about maybe a round? Do you think you can take him out in the first, second?
I think I can take anyone out in the first.
Really?
First round.
Another first round, and you're going for the TKO once again. You're going to give CM Punk and my man John Morgan something to talk about.
Yep.
I love it. All right, man. Well, obviously, you're getting a growing fan base. CFFC, huge organization, UFC Fight Pass. I can't say enough about it. So what about your sponsors? Shout them out. Social media. How can the fans keep up with you with fight news? Floor is yours, brother.
Check out my Instagram, James Lyons MMA, and thank you to all my sponsors that have been with me for the last few fights and for this fight. I'm looking forward to going out there and putting on a show for you guys. Thank you.
There he goes, James LyonHeart Lyons. He's getting ready to step in the cage as a pro for the second time on May 29th at the 2300 Arena for CFFC 97. He's taking on Beau Samaniego. Somebody's O's got to go. They're both 1-0, but somebody's walking away the winner. Somebody's walking away the loser. You don't want to miss this fight. My man James brings it every time. He's going to bring it again on the 29th. James, I appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.